Oh wow, check this out. Look at this. There's a crypt here that is open. Today's adventure takes us to Joliet, Illinois, and to Mound Cemetery, which is a fitting name for the cemetery, well, because it's on a mound. So this cemetery is one of the earliest pioneer cemeteries in Will County, and it goes back to the 1840s. So come join me as we explore Mound Cemetery. As we enter Mound Cemetery, there used to be a statue here to the left of the opening, and that's now gone. Hopefully that wasn't theft, but generally you don't just move something like that, so it might have been theft. It's a very historical area. As a matter of fact, there's some storyboards here, which I won't read. I'll summarize a little bit. This is on Harlow Niles Higginbotham, and the reason why this storyboard is here is because he was a prominent figure in this area and actually had a mansion right behind me at one time that really he didn't live in. And this is a little history. So Higginbotham eventually became a big wig at Marshall Field Company, and he actually saved the company during the fire, the Chicago fire in 1871. He saved the records and a lot of the inventory of the company, and then the company rewarded him nicely. But he was from this area, and here's the storyboard on the Higginbotham Mansion. So this mansion was huge. Here's a picture of it. I think it was a 35 room mansion. Greenhouses, stables, grounds, cost about $200,000. Unfortunately, his wife didn't want to live here, and after 7 months of living here, they went to Chicago, left the mansion abandoned from 1895 to 1946. And it says here, Joliet residents said it was a haunted house because of the way it looked. And this is crazy. So there was a brick stable full of Columbian Exposition memorabilia, suits of armor, guns, and statues. They fascinated youth. These were all stolen. And look at this. Years of vandals and souvenir hunters slowly demolished the mansion brick by brick until only a trace left of the magnificent estate is the pond and pillars. What a shame that is. That is an absolute shame. Here's a picture of that mansion. You can see how gorgeous that was. That's too bad. What a beautiful, beautiful building. Here's a storyboard with a little history of Mound Cemetery. 200 graves here. Earliest burials were 1840s, as I said in the intro. Rebecca Wheeler Higginbotham, mother of Harlow Higginbotham, who we just discussed, is buried here. And I'll let you read that if you would like. Arnold Leonard is here, who is a Civil War soldier, died at the age of 20. That's too bad. As a matter of fact, you go over here, there's another storyboard with Alvin. Alvin was just 20, did not die in battle, did not die from a gunshot. Instead, his cause of death was listed as typhoid pneumonia. Basically, these soldiers, as it says down here on the lower left, slept on cold ground, their bellies were empty, short of rations, hungry, tired, and finally got ill, and a lot of them passed away. And here's Alvin's father, Charles Leonard Sr., and his mother, Mary Leonard, 1814 to 1901 and 1819 to 1896. And I believe on the other side here, we should see Alvin's Alvin Leonard, born 1842, died 1862 at Silver Springs, Tennessee, 100th Regiment, Illinois, volunteer. That's too bad for Alvin. Poor guy. I noticed this immediately when I came in and started reading the storyboards. This mound, which is unusual, just sitting here off to the side. Now I'm thinking that perhaps it was a mound of dirt from when they excavated this to put in this walkway. It's probably what it is, but could be something else. Seems interesting anyways. Here we have Margaret, wife of can't really see that. Looks like died 1887. The book, assuming that's the Bible. Generally in graveyards, it would be the Bible. That's what it would represent. This is beautiful. Alan, look how beautiful that is. Got the crown with the cross. I've seen that before. This is quite a relief though. This really is a three-dimensional relief. That's unusual. You don't see it like that generally. We got daughter of it's hard to tell here. See something John Davidson, wife of Allen, died 1881, January 21st, 1881. Again, I mentioned this before, a lot of times it's hard for me to see this here, but when I look through the camera later, it's clearer, which is quite fascinating if you ask me. Oh, and here's Alan. Born December 12th, 1815, died June 12th, 1891. And then there's some writing down here. I cannot make out what that says. I see, looks like God right there. His God and something. What a great monument though. Very solid, very sturdy monument. That one is. It is a breezy out today. I'm hoping the wind isn't causing too much an effect. I did buy a microphone, a new microphone that should cut down some of the wind. Problem is it's not compatible with this gimbal that I have, so I have to get a new gimbal before I use the microphone. So, better days are ahead. I think that says, I don't know what that says, Davidson maybe? Again, maybe you can read that. Addison, that's what it is. Here's the, you can see it says Addison right here. Boy, look at this. Just a pile of tombstones. Just stacked here. It looks like there's some curbing stacked here as well. That's a shame. Mother stone. That one is metal. And you can see the details of this are missing. There was a placard there that was bolted in, and of course somebody probably had to walk off with it. It's so sad that people do that stuff. And next to it here, this is really sunken in. There's a sunken grave here. Looks to be unmarked. This caught my eye. Sorry, you may hear a train in the background. The train is not too far away because there's a candle on top there. Parent George Albert and Adelia Rudd, 1908 and 1902. And again, there's some concrete here as well, concrete slabs. So the parent family appears to be entombed in the concrete. Let me see if I can see this headstone right here. Oh, geez. Sorry, I almost slipped and fell there. Wipe this off. Okay, Beatrice Rice Parent, 1885 to 1948. So this, I believe, is the latest marker in this cemetery. This one caught my eye as well, just because of how worn this is. There's no, well, EA something something A something N maybe, or is that an L with an A? It looks like wife died, and that's about all I can read. I hope this one's on Find a Grave. You know, I go back to Find a Grave on a lot of these to see if I could find them, and a lot of these like this aren't on Find a Grave, and it makes me want to come back here and clean these tombstones off so I can read them, so I can at least put them on Find a Grave so they have some historical record. Because in a couple years that will be completely unreadable. I'm standing on concrete here with what looks like there's some kind of base to something here that I have my foot on. I don't know if you can see that. So there was a marker here at one time, unfortunately now missing. We have here Sarah Brody, 1841, and Clement Brody, 1842. Now, they weren't very old, and that's weird that they passed away so close. Sarah was 40, it looks like, and Sarah just missed her 40th birthday, her 50th birthday. I'm sorry, my mind is crazy. 41st birthday. Clement, 1797 to 1842. So he wasn't that old either. 45. That's interesting that they died so close together, and they were so young, relatively. We have tombstone stuff. I'm gonna have to come back here and document this stuff. I wonder how that happens. Looks like somebody chipped the letters off. Seward, I believe the name is. Here's Mother. S-A-R-A-H, Sarah Seward. It looks like possibly 1860, 1880. Others are knocked over, unfortunately. forgive my camera work here. I want to go in here and see. And this is going to be upside down, and I apologize for that. But I want to... That's Robert Seward. Died June 6, man, 18 something. Can't really see that, unfortunately. Let me check out these. Here, I could spend all day here. This cemetery is huge. There's a slab here that has nothing on it. Another slab that appears to have nothing on it. This is a huge slab. Wow. I don't see anything on that either. Those are really old. Really old. This is one of the first cemeteries where I've seen this use of this concrete. It's really used a lot here. You can see here square outlines where posts went, and I bet these are the posts. I'm guessing those are the posts that went on the perimeter of this on each corner. I would be willing to bet. And there's just so many tombstones in the ground. So many. So this slab, yeah, so there's a post went on each corner. I bet these are the posts. There's 4 of these. And that marked that particular gravesite, whosever gravesite that is. So it cannot be read any longer. Boy, this one. Oh, that's too bad. I can't read that. And that's looks like at least a quarter of it's in the ground. It's a nice big one. Ostrander, William Ostrander. Linda Ostrander. Looks like 1884 he died. And 1884 she died as well. Another case where they died very close together. He died in March, she died in April. I'm guessing disease, since there was a lot of disease back then. Here's Louisa, Mother Louisa. Looks like clays. I like these. I like this tombstone. It's really nice. John Cooper. It's like 1875. And Lydia Perry, wife of John Cooper, 1854. I want to go check out this monument here. There's Charles A. died 1881. Looks like he was young. I think that's 4 years, 8 months. Son of, looks like John and something Greenwood. Here's John Greenwood here. Looks like he died in 1871 as well. John F. died 1876, 19 years old. Llewellyn, there's a name, 1878, 27. Children of John Greenwood. Man, a lot of his children died. What a shame. And here's John Greenwood himself. Looks like 1885, 71 years old. Oh wow, more. Wow. See Harvey. Looks like Harvey was young when he died. Bennett. A little hard to tell. Matilda died in 1902 at 64. Here's a small one here. Can't really make out the name. Daughter died. It's like 1901. 2 months old. That's it. Heartbreaking. Okay, as we venture to the top of the mound, we can see the monument of the Wheeler family here, Mansfield Wheeler. He died in 1848 at the age of 44 years old. And Eleanor and Margaret, wife of Mansfield Wheeler, looks like Eleanor died at 1846, and Margaret died 1881. And Nancy Elizabeth, daughter, died in 1850, only 1 year old. What a shame. Oh wow, check this out. Look at this. There's a crypt here that is open. Well, this looks like erosion, but you can see into the crypt. This is crazy. All right, I have a flashlight. Yeah, I'm gonna look. Of course I'm gonna look. What do I see down there? I see junk, a lot of junk. I see bricks. I don't know if you can see this. Oh wow, wow. Possibly bones, guys. Possibly bones. There appears to be, well, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But that's crazy. I don't know if you guys can see that. Possibly have some bones down there, which makes sense. I mean, it is a crypt. Wow. It's like a brick. It's a brick tomb is what it is. It's brick on all sides, capped with this big concrete cap. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. A lot of bricks in there, but yeah, I think I did see some bones. Hopefully animals can't get in there. Who are these people? We've got an 1812 veteran. A lot of Civil War hero. Oh, here we go. This is who's in there. John Thompson, Civil War hero who was once left on a battlefield to die. He was a major in the Army. His wounds were so serious that he was left there to die with several other wounded soldiers. Confederate troops captured him. Wow, rebel surgeons refused to give him attention. He still survived. That's crazy. At one time in battle, his hat band was shot off of his hat, his biographer says. A general who witnessed Thompson's courage in a particular fight offered him a battlefield promotion to colonel of an all-black regiment, which Thompson accepted, but he was wounded before he took command of that regiment. He was held prisoner by the Confederates for 6 months. This is a fascinating story. 1864, he came to Joliet, married Mary Jane Davidson, studied law, settled in Joliet after leaving the Army in May of 1865, came from a wealthy family that owned a mill. Wow. He traveled all over the United States making speeches for the Grange. I don't know what the Grange is. Master of the State Grange. Thompson and his wife had 5 children. Agnes died at the age of 8, and Janine were buried in graves beside their parents. The 4 graves are covered by 2 slabs about 4 feet by 9 feet each. Okay, so that's what this is. Thank you for joining me today. This cemetery, another incredible one. It's kind of sad because there's a lot of care that is needed here. Obviously, they come in and they cut the lawn. But there's a lot of tombstones that are buried. I feel like there's a lot of history and a lot of information that's just kind of in the ground. I mean, literally in form of tombstones. We have that one crypt there where it looks like I may have seen some bones. Not 100% sure on that, but definitely an open crypt. They should come in and get that filled in. And but aside from that, beautiful old cemetery. So thanks again. I really appreciate you watching. And of course, until next time, keep exploring.